Kalau katakan benda tu melibatkan kesan perundangan, contoh katakan keperluan tanah lah kata, dan tanah ni ada banyak nama, yang kita tahu kadang-kadang adik-beradik pun boleh tiru sign. Sebab tu kalau guna digital signature, kita akan pastikan CA kita dia akan berinteraksi dengan setiap pemilik tanah yang tu, dan dia ada proses dia. So dia takkan ada kata saya tak tahu tanda tangan saya telah ditiru dan sebagainya. Sebab tu kita kena faham what is the risk behind our transaction, and then kenapa kita perlu guna digital signature. And then effect dari segi digital signature pun dari segi legal pun tu saya dah terangkan tadi. Legal effect tu sangat penting. Dia sangat berbeza dengan electronic signature. So sebab tu kalau kita katakan digital signature ni dia menggantikan kita punya cap jari. Dokumen yang kita tanda tangan sebagai menggunakan digital tu, dokumen tu sentiasa dokumen asal, dia tak ada kopi. So whatever, macam contoh tadi Pos Digicert mention yang e-scroll Universiti Melaya menggunakan signature, dia tak perlu dah kata certified true copy, sebab memang itu dokumen yang asal. Yang ketiga, dokumen kalau kita buat tu dia ibarat seperti dokumen bertulis. So maksudnya dia ibarat seperti kita sign dekat hard copy lah. Dan dari segi non-repudiation lah, tidak boleh disangkal dan berintegriti. Sebagai berintegriti sebab satu, dari segi date time. Kedua, memang CJ digital tu ditanam, embedded on that particular document. So memang tak boleh diubah. Kalau diubah boleh dikesan. Saya rasa nanti untuk tunjukkan benda ni boleh refer ke Pos Digicert punya booth lah. Macam mana kalau kita ubah satu huruf pun dia boleh kesan. Sebab tu kita kata dari segi integriti tu sangat tinggi. Dan yang ketiga, apa-apa pun yang kita buat, yang kita nak penambah baik perkhidmatan kepada rakyat, membuat penjimatan lah. Ni kalau kita tengok contoh macam mungkin siapa yang pernah berurusan dengan DBKL lah untuk ubah suai rumah. Dia memang dah digital sepenuhnya menggunakan digital signature. So you tak perlu dah pergi ke DBKL. Kita tahu lah DBKL kat KL kan. So semua boleh dilakukan secara online. Sama macam yang kita kalau kita tengok dulu dari segi e-filing lah, how easy kita buat sekarang ni dan how fast kita boleh dapat kita punya return. Sama ada kita return ke ataupun kita kena bayar. So kita boleh tahu. Dan siapa-siapa yang bertuah untuk macam lembaga hasil ni, bertuah dipilih untuk diaudit, you tak boleh menafikan pun sebab dia guna digital signature. So that is ni. So itu saja daripada saya. So kalau ada apa-apa boleh refer kepada deck lah. So dalam tu kita adakan lagi. So saya harap sedikit sebanyak boleh memberi manfaat lah kepada semua. Itu saja. Sekian wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sekali lagi terima kasih diucapkan kepada Tuan Muhammad Fairuz daripada MCMC. It's always good to see you events like this, and of course we always touch upon TTD and electronic signatures here today, touching on the reliability, the safety, and of course the a lot of benefits that we can get from TTD or digital signature here today. Terima kasih, Tuan Muhammad Fairuz. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are now going to hit straight to session number 2 here today. So of course, the session number 2 is titled Digital Trust Innovation in Healthcare. So please give a warm welcome to our speaker, Rajifa Ramli, co-founder and CEO of Pelita 8 Sendirian Berhad.
Mr. Charles Brewer, Group Chief Executive Officer, Pos Malaysia Berhad. Mr. Sumesh Rahavendra, Group Chief Transformation and Digital Officer, Pos Malaysia Berhad. Honorable speakers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Now that I'm done with the formality and salutation, can I request from our host to proceed my sharing session with casual manner, yeah? Because I would like to keep it aligned with our theme of the day, which is smart casual. I have full intent to be casual, but in terms of smart, not very sure. Right. Okay. So my name is Rajifa. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Data8 actually. So just before we start, I would like to share my background a little bit, yeah, because when we talk about digital trust and healthcare, I'm neither a technologist nor am I a doctor, right? So why am I here? At Data8 specifically, why we are doing this? Because as concerned citizens, as patients, and as daughter, as moms, as parents to someone, we have gone through the ecosystem of our healthcare. Yeah. Journey, we know how difficult it is, how painful it is for us to get treatment, having to wait many, many hours just to see our doctor in like 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah. So that is the reason why it pushed us at Data8 to really work on our solution. Now, so what we have done essentially is at Data8, we developed what we call as CHART. So CHART is a blockchain platform that allows us as patients to keep our own medical records. Our analogy here is very, very simple. Just imagine if we can actually handle our finances using our mobile phone. Now, the question here is, why can't we do the same with regards to our medical records? Handphones are now very, very much advanced as compared to 10, 15 years ago. So really, there's no reason for us to not fully utilize the modern technology that we have right now. Now, when it comes to blockchain, actually there's a funny story because we developed our blockchain solution back in 2019. And 2 years before that, 2017, if any one of you follow closely the development when it comes to the technology industry, we were at the height of blockchain, i.e. in terms of cryptocurrency, right? But sadly, we were stupid enough not to focus on cryptocurrency. We decided to really delve into blockchain, but for industry application. So in a hindsight, if we were to focus on cryptocurrency, I wouldn't have been here today. Yeah, I'm going to be on an island somewhere enjoying the money that I made from cryptocurrency. But yeah, having said that, here we are. Now, okay, so the reason why we are doing this, because as a startup company, of course, the intention for most of the founders is we would like to change the world, no matter how small or no matter how big it is, yeah? So in terms of developing the solution, what we are trying to solve NCDs, or stands for NCDs, diabetics, obesity, and whatnots, yeah? So in Malaysia, we have basically 22 point. So that is about half of the population in this room, I suppose. Yeah? Okay, so we might want to ask ourselves, either we were actually one of them, or at the very least, we have that 22.5 million population with NCDs. But on the other hand, we have the inefficiency of healthcare system, right? Now, since we are in a sharing mode, in a very casual way, today I decided to on this blockchain solution. Yeah. So this story is very, very personal to me because my mom has got cancer, actually. Yeah. So I came from a small town, and when we want to see the specialist, we have to travel to hospital. So basically, it takes us a lot of time back and forth accompanying my mom to get her follow-up medical checkup. Yeah. So one fine day, we received a call from our specialist hospital asking us to accompany my mom to go to Kuala Lumpur, yeah, for follow-up medicine. At this hospital in Kuala Lumpur, simply the hospital where we came from didn't share my mom's medical records. So can you just imagine the pain that we had to go through? One was already. So to me, so that was actually the painful experience. And because of that, it also affects the number 3 of our personal health information, our medical records, that beyond our, then definitely it affects the quality of the care services that we are getting. And of course, when it comes fortunate event or unfortunate event, having to see how medical records are being kept in yellow folders. Yeah, stacks by stacks by stacks in a huge room. So can you just imagine, today we are talking about the environment. Still, some of our hospitals are keeping our medical records. Yeah, so that is basically the reason why we are doing this, and hopefully we all benefit from the solutions that I'm going to be sharing after this. Again, not only that, it has socio-economic, yeah, and how is that? Because the estimated total health in terms of burden due to NSAID, it mean really by total burden of health. It means definitely my mom's to hospital, that actually costs. And for the fact that when you have a total health burden, so just imagine if we really comes to healthcare, this problem, inshallah, if we socio-economic impact. Okay, this is what to be, yeah. So what happened is, with all the sources of data, we should be able to integrate all those into one system, okay? Our lab tests, our images, prescriptions, billing information. Now, you might be asking, hey, now we can already keep our medical records via personal health information via wearables, right? And we can always request our personal health information or medical records from our hospitals as well. So what's the big deal? Now, the big deal is this. Because as human beings, it is our nature to actually seek second opinion, right? And when we do that, we actually move from one hospital to another hospital. But our medical records do not move with us. It stays at that particular facility, right? Now, what happens if we really need to share our medical records with our with the next doctor that we are consulting with? Yeah. So that's the issue of which CHAT is trying to resolve, whereby by using our API, definitely, inshallah, we can be integrated with other systems in the healthcare. Yeah. And of course, when we mention about healthcare, we also need to be mindful about the standards that we have to comply with, the likes of HR7, fire, and all that. Yeah. So I think some of us here are from healthcare industry, so you are pretty much aware of the standards. All right. This is another interesting thing, because more often than not, we heard claims from parties saying that, hey, my solution is actually, we use blockchain. But how true is that? Okay, so for us, we surrender ourselves to Cybersecurity Malaysia. So we brought our solutions to cybersecurity, and we get them to verify our blockchain network. Insights that we get. Actually, in Malaysia, we are the only health solution that is being verified by cybersecurity. Now, the reason why we are pushing for that, because we are handling with a lot of sensitive information. So can you imagine, because I don't like to share my phone number with anyone, except if that guy is handsome, tall, and dark, right? So what more when it comes to my own personal, yeah? So if I were having the same thoughts, then I'm sure most of us here also have to make sure that our personal health information is being kept safely and securely on the blockchain network. Now, in addition to that as well, we had our solution validated by NIST, or the National Institute of Standards and Technology, part of US Department of Commerce. Yeah. So for cryptography algorithm validated. Now, if you can kindly wipe out your handphone, so you can scan the QR code there. it will lead you to the IST website where it explains the crypto algorithms that we have them assessed, yeah, for our CHAT. So yeah, you can get more information from that actually. All right. Now, yes, we have CHAT, but actually CHAT is in the back end, yeah. So if you are developers, then you would understand there's back end, front end, yeah, and whatnot. So CHAT is in the back end. Now, after we develop that, our next question then would be, how can we provide the benefits of our solutions to fellow Malaysians, right? So that is when we decided to actually come up with another 2 front-end solutions, of which we call it as SIMPLE, which stands for Simplified Medical Platform for Emergency. Now that is actually speed to care emergency coordination. And we also have EASY, which stands for Equitable Access to Health for the Society. Yeah. So effectively, what happened is basically SIMPLE is the pre-hospital solutions, of which it allows you to call for ambulance just by pressing one button. And by pressing that one button, all of our personal health information and our location at that point of time is being shared directly with the doctors and also with the paramedics. And then, now that is very, very important. Consent, the data ownership and consent from the owner. Yeah. So, and the other one, which is we have, meaning what happened is after being discharged from the hospital, and if the doctor thinks that we still need to do follow-up, then this is where EASY will come in play, whereby kita boleh balik rumah, and then perhaps if we have a diabetic wound, we can take photo of the diabetic wound and share it over with our doctor so that the doctor can then monitor us remotely. Yep. So that is what we have. Of course, these are all backed by our CHAT blockchain platform, where basically we have to go a rigorous process of. So we started this 2 or 3 years back, and we were at TRL2. So TRL, what it stands for? Level. So it was in a concept stage, and we progressed from there all the way until we are now at TRL9. So TRL is basically coined by NASA lah, yeah, in order to assess the technology readiness. All right. The reason why I'm sharing this with you, because when it comes to trust in digital innovation, security and privacy of the system is a given, right? But we also need to gain. In case our end users here are the likes of doctors, paramedics, and first responders. And let me tell you, crowd to deal with, yeah, special. Okay, so we really have to make sure that, so just want to share with you with regards to our emergency. So this is what happened. Basically, it was being used by 3 hospitals, 3 major hospitals in the Klang Valley, the likes of Sungai Buloh, yeah. And via our system, we have managed about 200 cases. On a daily basis, that translated into about 200 cases, yeah, emergency cases, including category 1, where it is a matter of life and death. Okay? Now, why we are doing this? Range of information right from patient to responders and eventually to the waiting. The solution allows for the responders and doctors to do is en route to hospital. The responders can already share the patient text in a form of voice, images, and also the data that we get from the IoT devices, i.e. in this case, the ECG machine that we have on the ambulance. Yeah. So, and one of the reasons why we are doing this also because if you read the Auditor's General Report, it says that our emergency services in Malaysia has been failing to meet their KPI, i.e. to arrive at the scene of incident within 15 minutes. 15 minit, bukan 50. So they have failed to meet that KPI. So with the system that we have, we are tracking the responders actually. So with that, responders beforehand, to make sure in 15 minutes. So that is what we are doing for Simple. And for the remote health services, it's currently been used by Sungai Buloh. So as of last week actually, we had about 255 patients actually being adopted by emergency department, So emergency department, their intention is to reduce the footfall, the footfall again to the hospital for the low-risk patients. So in order to resolve that issues, in order to help patients not having to wait for a long time at ED, so that's why so that the patients still get the follow-up consultation and medications and whatnot from the hospital, so via the system. And you can see actually the response from the patients that are used. The ones that are already in use and the ones that are already active. Now, there are other potential use cases. The benefits of example of the use cases that we can further explore is with regards to prescriptions, for example. And prescriptions and also MC, definitely it has to be applied with, what's the other one? Yeah, the other one. So it is important basically because if we do, where does the prescription comes from? And here lies the importance of digital signature, because that it is coming from a doctor. You can cross-check that with the MPR list and also the MA, which is actually the list generated from MOH side, in order for us to make sure that the doctors are really doctors as what they claim to be. We have heard the cases of how MC has been blatantly abused and used. But just imagine, for example, if we are in airline industry, and we are dealing with a lot of crews, crew yang terbang tu, right, with all the pilots, crews and whatnot. So working in a time-sensitive environment, so they have to be at work during a specific time. So just imagine if the employer or if the HR only got to know about the absence at work due to illness, then they have to do last-minute reshuffling of work and whatnot. So just imagine the what do you call it, the hassle, So all of this, if we were to deploy correctly using the right digital trust with regards to prescriptions and MCs, certain pinpoints that we are facing in our business life, All right, so the Digital Trust Symposium, and with focus in industry, So I hope all of you here can benefit with some of the sharings. So with that, thank you so much. Assalamualaikum and good morning.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you very much. Touching on digital trust innovation on healthcare here today. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, before we take a short break and before we proceed with the much anticipated launch, which is going to happen at approximately about 11:05 minutes. Before that, I know everyone's excited as well, as mentioned by Tuan Haji earlier. We have the lucky draws being placed. So I think this is the best time for me to showcase to you what you'll be able to win here today at the end of the event. So maybe we can bring that slide on for us to showcase the lucky draw content. So we got an iPhone 16 Apple smartwatch, HomePod, iPad 9th generation, Android tablets, Samsung earbuds, Vivo Watch 3, Apple TV, 4K, Redmi Note 13. I mean, you guys can give a round of applause for this one. One of you are going to be, you know, a lucky person that's going to bring back all of these interesting items here today. So just want to show hands. How many of you? Yang lain tak nak menang ke? You want to win an iPhone? Saya doakan awak menang iPhone. Amin. So with that, ladies, after this will be the much anticipated part, the official ceremony of e-credentia. So I need you to be back here on time. We're going to give you approximately about 10 to about 15 minutes of short break. And then make sure to come back here before 11:05 minutes. So with that being said, please enjoy the short break that we have, and we're going to proceed with the official event happening shortly. With that, I'll see you soon.